It is. It's going to be a
Terrell on the high horse to Trae Young in the game last night.
It's going to be a very, very entertaining season for the Atlanta Hawks and the future Rookie of the Year, Trae Young. Speaking of the future Rookie of the Year,
he gonna
Trae
sit
Young,
out this year or something?
Did y'all catch the game last night?
I called it.
I had no choice but to catch. I saw your live, so
Woo!
I chose to catch it.
That boy iced Trae Young.
I'm not gonna let
that boy iced Trae.
He definitely shot that from.
That's one thing we knew he had that.
I didn't know he was gonna shoot that thing from Mariota. I ain't gonna lie to you. He definitely shot it from Mariota.
So, for those who do not know, the Atlanta Hawks and what Coach Pierce called yesterday a great defensive exhibition. The Atlanta Hawks.
How many points they give up?
Yeah, that's why it was
127. Yeah, they played no defense.
It was 130 to 127. The Atlanta Hawks picked up a big victory.
He was being facetious.
Yeah, exactly. But the play of the night came from Atlanta Hawks rookie Trae Young. Now, I mean, we all know I've been talking a lot of trash all year, all off season long, anticipating about Trae Young winning the Rookie of the Year. But I really do believe that he's going to have a phenomenal season. Now, we all know that the Hawks aren't going to make the playoffs this year. That it won't be that type of team. But there'll be excitement with them being a young roster, with there being a new arena. Mm-hmm. But last night, in my opinion, he shot, I believe, 8 for 18. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't a brilliant shooting performance, but it wasn't bad. 22.7 assists last night for Trae Young. But in the moment where the Hawks needed him most last night, in the clutch, Trae Young, as you mentioned, pulls up from damn near half court, or Marietta, as you say, in a nothing but net game-winning 3-point shot.
The bad thing, I knew he was going to shoot that too, because the defender turned his head for a quick second, and I think it was up in the air. I said, it's cash.
Well, see, one thing too that I thought was interesting, the Hawks played the San Antonio Spurs a few times during Summer League action, and a lot of the Spurs players were talking trash to Trae Young during Summer League ball. You know, he's a high draft pick, so they were coming at him, chipping this and things like that. So it was funny because with about 4 minutes left in the game, Trae Young was on the bench, and they were pretty much backups in the game. But the Hawks had a pretty decent lead. The Spurs were able to cut into that lead. Trae Young got to come back out there and close the deal. He wanted that game last night. The Hawks had lost their previous few preseason games as well. This is their second win in the preseason. Both wins, ironically, have come at home at McCammons Pavilion as the State Farm Arena continues to get refurbished. It'll be done in about a week or so, a little more than a week. But, gentlemen, I want to ask you, what are your overall thoughts on Trae Young's preseason, and what do you expect to see from him next Wednesday as the Hawks open the season at Madison Square Garden, the home of our EPH, against the New York Knicks?
He's a Knicks fan, Giants fan, Jets fan.
It's a hard time.
Let him live. Life is coming at him fast.
Real fast. Yeah, that's why you're having a drink right now.
Shout out to the Yankees.
They're trying to sign Chris Bosh.
What do y'all think Trae Young's his opening night's going to be, and what did you think of his performance last night?
Last night I was impressed. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm an Atlanta native. And I have been on the record of saying that's not who I wanted. We drafted.
Let us know who you wanted.
I wanted Dunkage. I did. I was like, let's get some buckets here. And I just was like,
boo.
You mad? Listen,
I'm not a fan of European players. They're soft.
When European has 30,000 points, you can't call a man soft.
So we're gonna see what he does in the NBA against the Russell Westbrooks, against the Jimmy Butlers.
See, but we're gonna see the same thing from Trae Young.
But Trae's played against some of these cats already. That's the thing. Like, he's played against these American players.
Yeah.
Not these soft ass Euro players. Yeah, I said it.
You really feel some kind of way about that?
Now, what if Luka come here with Rookie of the Year?
I'm about to say, what if Luka come in here and bust Trae?
Oh yeah.
Let's not act like Trae just play defense like this.
That's not far-fetched, bro.
Luka's not winning Rookie of the Year.
I'm not saying what. I'm saying
he gonna have a better season than Trae.
We need to. No, he's not.
He won't. Trae Young gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Amen.
I agree.
I want to be.
Come on.
Every opportunity.
Come on, Quavo.
He gonna be out here playing 34 minutes a game. He might as well.
34, 45 minutes a game.
20 shots. Oh, he gonna get them minutes.
Yeah, he gonna get the minutes and these shots. Because, I mean, who else gonna take him?
Yeah, exactly.
Me, you.
I'm about to say.
They got a decent lineup. They got a decent lineup. John Collins is my man. I'm expecting.
I do like John Collins.
I'm expecting John to be an all-star this year. He'll probably be a reserve.
He'll
probably be a reserve.
I don't know about all that.
You might be going a little too, especially with this new, the new way they do the all-star. If it was still East-West, yeah, but I don't know.
You still get you make it like that. You know, East versus West. Then they draft.
Oh, they do
when
Georgia. He's still not gonna make it.
He might, man.
They're not about to give a team. If he got 18 wins by that time, if that, he's not getting no love.
He gonna be out here with 12-12. That ain't no All-Star.
I said 14, but you know.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit higher numbers for John. But what do y'all think Trae's gonna do this season, especially in this opening game against the Knicks on the 17th?
He's on a good big stage.
Big stage,
big
Madison
stage.
Square Garden.
Big stage. We're gonna see what it's about. I'll give him in his opening. I'll give him like 20-9.
I like those numbers.
We know you do.
I'm giving him a 30-point night. So.
Oh,
all right, man. Good Lord, this boy said
I'm giving him 30-9 out here. Tonight.
Hey, man,
They're playing the Knicks, gentlemen. Like, let's be real.
The Knicks don't have a
the
bad.
Knicks better than us.
Nah, not
They
much.
are.
Not much.
That's a lot.
They are.
I mean, and they have good guards too. They just have decent guards though.
They do have
their best
decent
players
guards.
on the injured reserve right now.
They have good guards though.
Who are they good guards?
Frank, I can't say his last name. Frank
The both of
Ntilikina.
Yeah, him.
They're both from France.
Yeah.
You got Trey
Nil-
Bird.
Euro player.
They're trying to trade
You
him.
got Trey Bird.
They're trying to trade him for Jimmy Butler. Him
Well,
and
everybody
Courtney
trying.
Lee. Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah.
First off, Joakim
Noah is still in
Joakim Noah ain't nothing but a cap. Joakim Noah is the Jason Hayward of basketball. Just out here stealing money.
Stealing money, boy. He got the best life though. But no, get back to your question. I'll give Trey, but I give him like 17-9.
15-5.
Oh,
15-5. We got no buffer in the building. 15 is Fizz.
Man.
Make sure y'all check them out every Monday. Y'all join from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
From 7 to 9, they doing great things, but that 15-5 is bullshit. I'm going 30-8 for my man Ice Trae. Let's go, Trae. Let's go, Trae.
Does he watch our show? That's why you.
I don't know if he's watching right now. I don't know, but if he is, shout out to Trae.
But say shout out to the rest of y'all.
Shout out to the Hogs. We know a few NBA players be tuned in.
Yeah, there's a
I
few
don't
of
know-
y'all.
I don't know if Trae's tuned in right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So somebody go watch these fools too.
But the Hawks will also be here opening up on October 24th. On October 24th, the Hawks are opening up against the gentleman that you spoke on a minute ago,
Luka about to get these buckets on these
and
boys.
that'll be the Hawks' only televised game on ESPN of the entire season.
That's all we need to see.
They got one national game this season.
We don't want to embarrass our.
It's the opening night.
That's crazy.
Oh, breaking news. Odell Beckham, is he hurt?
No, they say he heads to the locker room while the offense is still on the field.
Oh, he pissed. That's what it is.
That's what happens when you play the Super Bowl champs.
No, that's what happened when you got Eli Manning as your quarterback.
Oh my God!
But back to these Atlanta Hawks.
Oh my God!
It's a big night slated. It'll be now. State Farm Arena will actually open up next weekend, October 20th. It'll be a big open house if you're in the Atlanta area. Come on down. They got a lot of surprises in stores, a few performances. You'll be able to check out most of the new concessions that are in the building, new food, of course, fan-friendly pricing, so you get beer for
Better be.
Got
$5,
these tickets for us?
fries. We might be able to work something out. We might be able to work
I'm
something
about to
out.
say,
We're talking
help
about-
me. Help me.
We're talking about
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
We're talking about
Get these
that
tickets, Hawks.
off camera. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can't come.
But we know that Zach Brown band will be singing the national anthem. Zach Brown will actually have a restaurant
I don't know
inside.
who that is.
I don't.
Well-known singer.
Only Zach Brown I know is in the
Y'all
NFL.
don't got Zach Brown on your iPods?
You don't either.
No. First off, I don't have iPods either.
You don't either.
On your iPhones and Android?
Not at
You
all.
ain't got no
Not at
Zach
all.
Oh,
Brown.
y'all missing
Only
out.
Zach Brown I
Put your
know is
phone
the
on right
linebacker
now
in the NFL.
and give me a Zach Brown song.
See, I'm gonna just
Name one.
I'm gonna keep it funky with you, gentlemen. I actually do have some Zach on my playlist because we had to interview the brother, so I had to get my knowledge up about what was going on with Zach.
Give me a song
Brown.
right now.
We're not gonna do that.
It's his last added album.
Let me go find his name right quick. Okay, I'm gonna listen to a song. Sweet Home Georgia.
That gentleman's gonna be playing the national anthem. He's a native of Georgia, so that's gonna be a great look for Georgia in the State Farm Arena. But will be appealed because Purple Rain will be in the building that night, and I'm not
Future.
talking about Prince.
Future, Hendrix.
Free bands will be
Pastor
in the building.
Few.
Pastor
As
Future.
Future will be performing. So what do y'all? You know, the Hawks have they've become very famous for their halftime performances.
That's what they gotta
Ludacris, Gucci.
They need to let
Kilo
Quavo
Ali.
do the national anthem.
Yeah, the whole Migos. do
Migos
it.
have been out there before. Now it's Future. Future will make his first appearance
About time,
in Phillips
took long
Arena.
enough.
Talk to me about both. What do you think the Hawks will do against the Dallas Mavericks? And what are your gentlemen's thoughts on Future? Is there any particular record that you hope he performs? They got some nice apparel to go along with it.
Listen,
some free bands, Hawks collaborations.
Anything off Dirty Sprite 2, I'll take.
You take anything off Beast Mode too.
That too.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely play March Madness.
You can. March Madness is like
play
a
March
you
Madness
got
even though it's-
really March Madness should be played anyway.
You got the lights gonna be off already. You can't everybody put their cell phone light on
Exactly,
and play that
exactly.
March Madness. That's doing dope.
He had
Yeah.
the smoke going too. Yeah,
That joint dope.
Anything off DS2 or
You gotta have the double cup to say.
or Hendrix,
Yeah.
I'll take that. But with Dallas, I think that'll actually be a pretty good game
It's gonna be a great game.
because both teams are kind of.
Stank.
I think Dallas got the better guards though.
It's gonna be.
Dennis Smith Jr. and
It's
Luka.
gonna be a, first of all, there's gonna be a lot of lives during that game. I can tell you that now. There's gonna be a lot of lives to DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Oh yeah,
I like Alex Len. Alex Len has looked pretty good this preseason. For
He
him
finally,
and
he's finally turned to a basketball player. Finally,
I was about to say. Well, I feel like he's in a situation
young.
where
That's what I'm
somebody.
saying.
Yeah, he's in a situation where
He gets
you
some
gonna
shots.
have to play, and so we had the utmost confidence, and you go ahead and go be free.
He had a crazy dunk last night on
I
Paul
saw
Gasol.
that. I saw
Crazy
that. I saw
dunk.
that.
I mean,
That's
but Paul
what
Gasol. Now you want to talk about soft Europeans? Paul
He's
Gasol.
old. Okay, he's old and soft.
He's always
Yeah.
been soft though. Talented, extremely talented.
Yeah,
One of the best
he-
European. See, that's one thing. European players are always extremely talented. So don't get me wrong.
Not all of them.
I don't want to say soft. Let's say finesse.
He's
Nah, I say
finesse
soft.
because Mark say he hates. Mark say he hates calling. Don't call brothers soft. He's finesse.
Mark come to the playground in Philly and talk that shit. I'm gonna see how tough he really is. Y'all gotta figure my tough is a whole different tough. You know what I'm saying? Like
And what if you come in there and bust your Philly players up?
it's not happening.
Listen, Markelle Fultz he couldn't even shoot because
He's from the DMV though. He's not from Philly.
he played for Philly, so I don't
I'm
hear
talking
that.
about cats from Philly.
We don't
You
care
got
about all
that Tiger.
that.
You got that Kobe. That Sheed. You know what I'm
Kobe's
saying? Kobe's from
Kobe
Lower
from-
Marion. He played
well,
ball
where did
in
he-
North Philly.
He
Yeah.
grew up in Italy.
He grew up in Italy. He's Italian.
He played ball in North Philly. He played ball in the streets of
Man.
North Philadelphia.
Born
That's
and
where he
raised.
got his
Oh,
heart
they
from. You know
grown.
what I'm saying? Now he was born in Italy, I believe, but he got this heart playing in Philly. That's something that you get out of there,
Alright.
man. Ice cold city, ice cold up there. So these European players are soft to me. I'm sorry, they are. They're soft. Like they're not making it on the playground. They're not. It's not going down.
And then
I
I
bet-
realize they don't make it on the playground. They you go on the 12. They got 10. Then we just gonna say then. Oh,
And
they
they ain't even cross the 3-point line.
And they have to hit with all the heads and all this. You going for
See, that's the
everything.
thing. No, that's the thing. Cats ain't gonna just let you get any shot up. That's not
Marcus,
happening.
Mark and Powell get any shot regardless. They're 7-1 and 7-2. Who in the regular
If you
Philly?
go to jump and a cat clip them knees,
They don't jump anyway.
you ain't.
They don't jump.
So hold on. Did we have an off-camera conversation about this? About cheap shots and elbows?
Elbows.
We don't
You
respect
talk-
that. You
Carl
talking about
Malone.
people clipping people?
You talking about Carl Malone
I
cheating?
said the playgrounds of Philly, not the NBA. Not the NBA. Not the NBA.
Man,
That's-
get
that's-
on
that's
out of
how
here,
they
man.
put it
I'm
to me.
not trying to-
What Future? What do you want to hear Future perform? What do you think that the Hawks will do against the Dallas Mavericks?
So disrespectful.
I am
No.
sometimes.
I mean, they'll win the home game because it's on TV. Might as well show the only time you'll be on there. So, show
Another
the
30-point performance for Trae Young.
Here you go.
60 points his first two games.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna tell you exactly what I want to hear.
All right.
shots.
I need March Madness. I need Beast Mode 2. Anything other Beast Mode 2.
He can't do the whole album.
I didn't say the whole album. I said anything other Beast Mode 2. Dang, what else?
Bring Drake out. Do Jump Man.
Yeah, you do jump, man. You do that. I mean, Drake booked for the next 3 years. Dang, Future got a lot of stuff, bro.
He got a lot of
He
stuff.
got a lot of stuff.
We'll see.
He got a lot of- he got a
I would love to see March Madness in the new State Farm Arena. Cut the lights off. Do March Madness. I think that'd be dope.
March Madness in any arena.
I'll be looking forward to seeing that.
Oh, wow.
But Trae Young wasn't the only star last night in the world of the NBA. For the first time, although it wasn't official regular season basketball, we got to see LeBron James and the LA Lakers go against Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and the Golden State Warriors. Now the game took place at a neutral site. It took place in Las Vegas. Although
football.
that kind of favors the Lakers. There are a lot of Laker fans in Las Vegas, so only 3 hours away from LA. You can drive right over there and catch the game. It was at the T-Mobile Arena. LeBron and his Lakers got the best of Golden State last night. Once again, it's preseason basketball, so cats were really just running. They were running up and down the court, getting it in. We saw LeBron hit a couple big shots. We saw LeBron and Lonzo Ball connect for a very dope alley-oop play. We saw Steph
That was
Curry
cute.
and Kevin Durant kind of doing their things as well.
Saw Alonzo airball.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's he started.
He knocked out the rust. He knocked out the rust, huh?
Yeah, he's just getting back. You know,
Yeah.
he hadn't played or practiced all off season long. So that was, he had to get back into the flow of the game right there. I was personally entertained, being a Laker fan and enjoying Warriors basketball. That was a good night for me to just put my feet up after a long night of watching Trae Young bust ass, go home, do some recaps. And watch Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron go at it. I was highly entertained. But what were you gentlemen's thoughts on last night's game?
I really fell asleep on it, to be honest.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's
old
pretty.
man.
I mean, I had to work this morning, dog.
I ain't mad at that, old man.
No, I mean it was. It was cool. I saw LeBron hit the 35-footer and stood at the post. That dude was Steph Curry did last year. I mean, it's cool, but
Steph Jr.
yes.
The
No,
disrespect.
Never. But I mean, it was a nice little entertaining game. The fans got to see the Lakers and the Warriors play. I guess everybody's trying to say that's going to be the Western Conference matchup.
It sure will.
Western Conference semis.
California.
It'll be the Western Conference semis, not the finals.
That will be the finals, good sir.
It would not be.
It certainly will.
Not at all. Not in one iota. But I mean, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Good for the fans. Braun looked like Braun. He had Braun numbers.
It's like 15,
Yeah,
75.
at half.
Yeah, Braun had Braun numbers. Katie had Katie numbers. I mean, they cancel each other out. Steph did what he does. So, I mean, I saw a lot of Brandon Ingram.
I like Brandon.
I like Brandon Ingram. They're gonna be very tough. People kind of underestimate that with Brandon Ingram. I think he'll have a very good season.
I agree.
And Kuz gonna do what Kuz do.
Shoot.
And, shoot. He ain't gonna play no defense, but he'll shoot.
Well, he said that's one of his goals this year. He's been working on his defensive prowess all off season. That he wants to be a better defender. Him and Rondo been looking at a lot of film, so we might see a better Kuz on the defensive side of the ball.
I mean, he has the ability to play defense. Yeah, he's 6'9". All you gotta do is move your feet. Defense, give a little effort. That's all you care about.
Uh-huh.
But I like what I'm gonna see with the Lakers because I think the person that everybody who's really fit to be a Laker, Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
Lance is really fit to be
Lance Showtime Stevens.
Yeah, Lance Showtime.
That boy right
he's
there.
from New York, but he is built to be a Laker.
He built for the spotlight.
He's built for spotlight and all the Lance shimming, Lance dancing. Like he's built for that.
Listen,
So,
I pray he never has a 30-point game this season.
Lord Jesus, Lance Stevens had 30-point game.
Talk about done
Is
and
he
not done.
Swaggy P reincarnated?
No,
out there?
don't
he's
disrespect
a better
a man like that.
Swaggy's
Don't disrespect
Swaggy's my guy.
Swaggy the man.
Swaggy can shoot. That's it.
But Lance got all this. Lance bop with it. I mean,
Lance is Showtime. Like Lance's whole skill set is meant for Showtime. Like
He's
the
a play
flashy
player.
passes, the shot. If he make a three, he hit the three banjo. It's gonna be crazy for Lance.
Pass and look at his coach's shimmy and stuff.
Exactly.
What were your thoughts on the game?
I actually watched the game.
job.
And it was it showed me this is gonna be a real fun season. It's just in the NBA period because you see the Warriors finally have somebody who maybe not beat them, but it's gonna be interesting. So I like Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, he's gonna show a lot of people he's arriving. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. Lonzo, I don't know what.
I play this. He has a very short leash. Say that much.
Well, that's because you have like 5 other people who are used to being playmakers.
Exactly.
You got to think about it. You got LeBron, Lance Stevenson, Rondo.
Beasley.
2 of those people are playmakers who have rings, who are playmakers for championship teams. And Lance Stevenson, he's been in the Eastern Conference Finals, so I mean, he knows what it looks like. So Lonzo, he better get himself together because he's not the only distributor on this team.
Speaking of point guards, I want to ask you, gentlemen, as we get ready to wrap up our NBA section of tonight. We do a lot of talking off camera about Trae Young, Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton being a native of Georgia, not too far up the road. Who will have a better season? I personally think Trae Young will. We'll see how that all turns out. But the Cavaliers made the announcement today that as of now, Sexton will be coming off the bench. George Hill will actually be the starting point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That's a mistake.
Is that a smart move, and how long do you feel like that will last?
It ain't gonna last long. George Hill is allergic to taking shots, so it's not gonna last long.
I mean, George Hill went through this last year with De'Aaron Fox. So he'll get probably 25, 30 game-ish.
I don't even give them that.
Okay, might be stretch.
Because they actually want to contend for something. You know, they think that they can go to the
I don't know
playoffs.
what they smoking out there.
I mean, they don't have.
Listen, you know they got JR in the locker room, so you never know.
Hey, don't talk about them. Hey, man, that's my guy, man.
Listen, that's Henny. That's J Henny R right there.
Anything's possible, you know. Hey,
What ain't possible is a Cavs playoff run this year.
No, I think they can
they'll
make the playoffs. They're gonna be like 8 seed.
Where? Like what? What did y'all drink? Y'all check them out. What are y'all drinking? Is that some Ciroc in that water?
Name 8 teams who going to the playoffs over them.
besides the top 3, we know the top.
No, name all 8.
Name 8 teams. That's
Boston, Sixers,
Philly,
Toronto. Okay.
Washington,
Indiana,
Miami, Milwaukee.
7.
Did I say
It's gonna be
not gonna be Cleveland.
It's gonna be a fight for that 8 between
Detroit.
Hell no.
Between
Detroit,
I think between
Charlotte, no,
Cleveland, Miami,
The Hornets.
Hornets possibly.
maybe.
The East is gonna be better than people think it's gonna be. It's gonna be a dogfight for real.
It's gonna be a lot better, but I don't see Cleveland making the playoffs.
I think they'll make the playoffs.
Especially if we get
It
Jimmy
depends.
Butler. If we get Jimmy Butler, we gonna do something.
Nah, man, Miami get Jimmy Butler, they definitely gonna be a top
Yeah.
5
Doing
seed.
damage.
Even
It depends on what they got to give up
Even with
together.
me saying I think Trae Young will be the rookie of the year, I do think Colin Sexton should be a starter for the Cavaliers. I mean,
I thought
you
he was
drafted
about to
this
say
gentleman.
Hawks gonna make the playoffs.
Oh hell no!
Whatever.
I'm about to say, boy,
Hawks
Whatever
going
we
for the
give
top
will
5
affect
draft
us.
pick. I'm well aware of that, so
Listen.
I ain't mad at that. But I do think the Cat Sexton has starter potential. I think
do.
he has potential. I want to see a little more from him because the league is so point guard strong. I do just want to see, even though we talked off camera about him being a dog and him having a dog in him, I want to see how his NBA game develops. I do want to see that. I want to see how that comes along. I'm not a big George Hill fan. We know about the talent playing with the Spurs, playing with the Indiana Pacers. He also has been in several clutch and key situations in the playoffs. But I don't think he should be a starter out there for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But hey, we'll see because the season starts off next week. So it'll be very, very interesting. We're going to take a very brief break and we'll be right back here. We tuned in right now at the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios in downtown Atlanta. Make sure you're tuned in every day, Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day, www.livehiphopdaily.tv for all your best sports, music, culture, just talk, period. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back here to talk some NFL action.
Yes.
This Eagles is busting ass right now. We'll be back.
Oh, God.
Here we go.